Welcome back to my walkthrough for Final Fantasy IX, my friends. During this segment I'm going to show you how you can easily defeat Grand Dragons as early on as possible in the game. Before we do that, however, we're just going to battle a Nymph. The Nymphs like to hang around Vube Desert, and we want Quina to eat one of them so that it can learn the blue magic called Night, which puts both your party members and your enemies to sleep. So here's one. I didn't have to wait long. Let's strike it once with Sidan, and hopefully this will be enough to allow Quina to eat it. Remember that in order for Quina to eat an enemy, the enemy needs to have his health reduced to 25% or less. And I guess that wasn't quite enough, so let's strike it with Vivi. There we go. And now I should have done enough damage, so let's try hitting it once again. There we go. So we learn Night, and we'll need this blue magic in order to make our lives a little bit easier against the Grand Dragons. We actually don't need Night, but it will make things easier, so I recommend that you get it. Let's remove silence from Quina, and now we're going to find the location of another treasure. There's a few chocobo footprints very close by. So let's make a run from here. I'm going to skip the random battles because I'll probably either battle nymphs or skeletons, and yeah, I just battled a pair of skeletons, which I don't need to show that fight again because I already showed it in the previous segment. But here are the chocobo footprints, and the treasure is standing right behind us, but first we need to use the Chocograph. So if you've collected all the available Chocographs up until this point in the Chocobo Forest, you'll be able to find this location. It's called Healing Shore, and all that you need to do, quite literally, is turn around and the treasure is going to be right here, see? So this one's a very simple one to find, shouldn't have any issues. And now Choco will get an upgrade and he will be able to cross rivers from this point on. So that will allow us to reach two other treasures at this point in the game. But first, since this video is mostly about battling the Grand Dragons and we already got the Night blue magic, I'm going to take care of the Grand Dragons. Totally call them blue dragons, but I'm going to take care of them, fight a couple of them. I don't want to level up my characters too much because at this point there's really no benefit for it, and I don't want to make the game too easy for me. Plus I want to make Eiko, who's a character that we meet later on for those of you who never played this game, strong, and that involves a different strategy. But I am going to demonstrate a couple of Grand Dragon fights, and I'm also going to teach Quina the blue magic called White Wind, which will allow Quina to serve as a healer for our party. So for now we're going to travel back inside the grotto, and our first objective will be to drop Quina's health to 1, because that's the only way our Limit Glove blue magic will deal 9,999 damage. That's the only way it works, and if you choose to battle Grand Dragons a little bit later on, you will be able to collect a rebirth ring which teaches the auto live ability, and with the auto live, if you knock Quina down, she will automatically revive and she will always have 1 health point. As it stands right now, we still don't have the rebirth ring, so we're just going to have to keep knocking Quina down and keep throwing Phoenix Downs at her until we land at that number 1 value. It shouldn't take long, but I recommend that you save your game here just in case things start taking too long. You don't want to waste all of your Phoenix Downs. For now we're just going to keep beating up Quina. I know we're being a little bit mean to Quina, but we need to do this, we have no choice. So keep using Phoenix Downs and eventually Quina will get only 1 health point. Oh, and I had Zidane targeting Quina, but now that Quina's down... Oh, it's a good thing Vivi dodged, otherwise I would have to revive Vivi as well. Let's see if we're lucky this time. Like I said, it can take a while. Fingers crossed. There we go. Okay, so Quina is at 1. So now we can get out of here. And unfortunately I didn't count on this guy attacking. I don't want him to attack Quina, otherwise we'll be in trouble. And we'll have to try once again, but there we go. No, he's still alive. Okay, now he's done for. And now, you've noticed that I stayed around the door. That's for a specific reason. It's because I want to go back to the area where the Moogles are, so that we don't accidentally enter another fight. So now save your game. You can actually wait until you're outside, but remove the coral ring from Freya. Unless you already taught Quina the insomniac ability, which prevents Quina from falling asleep, or it prevents all of your characters from falling asleep. The coral ring also absorbs any thunder magic damage, so since the Grand Dragons like to use Thandaga, in case they use it and one of your characters has the coral ring equipped, then that character won't take any damage. On the contrary, it will absorb damage. Make sure all of your characters have the antibody ability, because that will prevent the Grand Dragon from poisoning your characters. Also make sure Zidane has the alert ability, that will prevent your party from suffering back attacks. And it's convenient if you have at least 2 characters with the insomniac ability at this point, because otherwise things can be a little bit more complicated. And give Freya the cover ability as well, just in case. You never know, Freya might protect Quina if the Grand Dragon goes after Quina, because we want to keep Quina with that single health point. So again, we're going to save our game before attempting this. This is very important. You need to save your game and make sure Quina has both the Limit Glove and the Night Blue Magic skills. Those 2 skills are crucial for this fight, otherwise you will not survive. Okay, so let's check make sure you have it, Limit Glove and Knight. And you might have to try this a few times, by the way. Even with all this preparation, you can still die against the Grand Dragon, but eventually if you keep trying, this is the best method right now at this point in the game. You will be able to defeat a Grand Dragon. If for some reason Quina dies or something, I would just restart. Go back to your previous save and try again, it's much easier. And whenever you defeat a Grand Dragon, save your game again and repeat the process as much as you want, and that way you will guarantee that you will always be successful. So Freya's down, let's throw Phoenix down. I want to try and keep all of my party members alive so that they all get the experience points. Let's put the Grand Dragon to sleep right now. Beware though, because there's a small chance that Knight won't connect with the Grand Dragon, and you might have to do it twice. Oh, and like I said, this fight does come down to luck. Even with all of this preparation you can still die, because the Grand Dragon can cast Tandaga on all your party members at the same time and kill them all. And you'll only be left with Quina, or with the character that has the Coral Ring equipped. So there's a lot of factors that can really influence this fight. But as soon as you put the Grand Dragon to sleep, use Limit Glove, and as long as Quina's health is at 1, you will deal 9,999 damage. And now all that you need to do is to have Quina eat the Grand Dragon, because its health is below 25% at this point. We need to bring back both Freya and Zidane back to life, and I'm taking a gamble here because I should just have Quina eat the Grand Dragon and finish this fight. But like I said, I want everyone to get the experience points, so fortunately he's only targeting Vivi here, so everyone will be revived, and I think I'll be able to do it. At this point, this is my third attempt battling a Grand Dragon. The first two times didn't work out well. The first time he used Tandaga on everyone, and the second time he attacked Quina with Tandaga. Quina restored its health, and as such Limit Glove became useless, so I couldn't do it, but there we go. It tastes bad, but the experience points taste very good, so check this out. Almost 9,000 experience points to every single character. Freya will get even more because she has a level up ability. I dare say it's worth it, but I wouldn't do this a whole lot. Again, you don't need your characters to be super strong at this point in the game. You can keep doing it as much as you want if you don't really care about Eiko, for example, but if you want Eiko to be a strong character, I wouldn't bother doing this a whole lot. So always save your game. It's very important for you to do this. And after you save, you can attempt to fight another one. And just keep repeating the process. Fight a Grand Dragon. If this method doesn't work, reload your previous save. Then if it does work, save your game and try again. For example, here I just had a battle with a Grand Dragon that didn't go too well, so let's see if this second time things go a little bit better. And I'm just going to repeat the same process. This process works, this method isn't perfect, but at this point there's no perfect way to deal with the Grand Dragons. There's always a chance that you might die. For example, right now, had he used Tandaga on all my party members, I would have been in an impossible situation. So I would either have to run away from battle, or I would just have to restart this save, because otherwise I would stand no chance. But for now we're good. The Grand Dragon is asleep. So once again, we're going to use Limit Glove. Deal 9,999 damage. And if he doesn't use Tandaga on all my characters, then I'm good, because he will only target one character. I can use a Phoenix Down to revive that character, and then I can just use Quina to hit the Grand Dragon, and that will finish the fight. Hopefully he doesn't target everyone. No, I think he's going after Freya. Yep. Good, good, good. See, otherwise I would have been in trouble. So not only do you need this entire method to work, but you also have to hope that the Grand Dragon doesn't cast Tandaga on all your party members, otherwise you're done for. But, as you can see, it works. And we'll get more experience points, and at this point I'm done. I don't want my characters to level up a lot more right now. This is more than enough. Save your game again, it's very important for you to do so, and immediately head inside the forest. If you stay outside you'll only battle Grand Dragons. So head inside the forest, run around. This might take a little bit. Whenever you encounter two Garudas at this point, I recommend that you run away. You only want to battle one Garuda at the same time. And let's use a tent here, restore our health a little bit, even though tents don't fully restore your health. We're going to use Vivi here. Vivi is going to be our main attacker. We're just going to keep casting Blizzara on the Garuda. And this is something different. It's the pop quiz guy. Okay, well, might as well show the right answer. Sometimes I forget the answer though. I didn't expect this guy to appear here. This guy appears randomly, and answering all the questions really doesn't matter, so I wouldn't worry about running into him all that much. Okay, so that's true, so we need to attack the circle. Chocobo Forest is located between Southgate and Lindblom, so let's do that. So yeah, we get 1,000 gil. It's really not worth it. And I didn't expect to find this guy here. At this point you can put Zidane in the front row, and I encountered a few random battles here that did not interest me, guys, so I kept running away from the two Garudas. Let's see if I'm lucky this time. Let's see if I can get one. There we go, there's one. And we're just going to keep damaging it. The Garuda has one attack that's really annoying called Stop, where your character will be frozen for a certain amount of time. Vivi's Blizzara deals a good amount of damage. The Garudas have, I believe, around 3,600 health points, so you don't need to deal that much damage in order to allow Quina to hit one. So just keep striking it. A couple more strikes should do it. Let's cast Blizzara once again, and now I think I can attempt to have Quina eat it, and that should be enough for Quina to earn White Wing. Let's wait for Freya to drop down. Okay, let's try this now. Please don't stop, Quina, that would be a pain. It's going after Zidane, okay, so that's all good. Okay, and that's it. Quina learned White Wind, and we are done with Popos Heights for now. Now Quina will be our main healer and she will be able to restore all of our characters' health. So until we have a white mage back in the party, Quina will be the substitute white mage. And now we're going back to the entrance of Gizamaluke Grotto, but I'm not going to show myself crossing the grotto once again, so I'll see you on the other side. Okay guys, and we are standing near the entrance of Gizamaluke's Grotto. Once again we're near Q's March and we're going to find 2 more treasures now. These treasures are very easy to access from our current position, but you need to have Choco with the ability to cross rivers, otherwise you won't be able to reach these 2 treasures. So from this position, let's open our Chocograph and we're going to select Bird's Eye Lagoon. There we go. So from our position, here's the marsh. We're going to cross the beach. So let's go. Step through here. As you can see, the water is light, so that means you can cross with your river chocobo. And I'm actually heading in the opposite direction here, so sorry about that, but step through here. And Bird's Eye Lagoon is right here. It's this island, so if you change your view you can get a perfect match. There we go. And now just dig here, right here, and there you go. Another treasure found. So that wasn't too bad. The Magician Robe teaches the auto potion skill, so that will come in handy. So here's the location once again in the map. You won't have any problems finding this one. And now there's one more Chocograph that we can obtain, or rather another treasure. And from here we're just going to turn around, head in the direction of Chocobo's forest, and then we're going to cross the water until we reach the designated area. So past the dragon gate and head towards the forest. Here we are. And now let's step inside the water. Let's follow along the shore. And we actually need to go in the opposite direction. Sometimes it's easy to get confused here, but follow the shore, keep going forward. Turn around here, you'll notice that you can cross right here, and here's the correct area. So just dig up here. There's the Chocobo forest for reference, and start digging. And look at that, right in the precise spot. So that worked out pretty well as well. Like I said, sometimes it's a little bit confusing to know in which direction you need to go or remembering the direction, but hopefully with this video you won't have too many issues, because some of them are hard to find. Okay, so that's it. Now all that we need to do is go back. And that's going to be it for this segment, my friends. We got Yoke Staff for Vube, which is a very powerful weapon to have at this point in the game. The Yoke Staff teaches Vube Bio alongside other spells, so it's really a good weapon for you to have. You can try and visit the marsh to see if the frog population has respawned, depending on if you left an adult and an adult male and an adult female. They might have respawned by now. But that's going to be it for this segment, my friends. In the next segment we are going to head towards Burmecia, and I'll be back on the other side of Gizamaluke Grotto once again. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video useful, and I'll see you all later. Take care.